is Sejal. Welcome back to another episode of Shutup, Sejal. And in this episode, we are talking about sustainable fashion. I went for a climate change conference, COP26 last year, and all of you and a lot of other people said, why is Zara Hall making Sejal going to a climate change conference? And I completely agree. So, before we begin, Shut Up Sejal is a Spotify exclusive podcast. Go on over there for the full length episode and give it a 5-star rating while you're there. Okay, so guys, I went for a climate change conference, COP26 in 2021, and I was taken by YouTube as a representative of the creator community here. And I also honestly was really surprised, like, why am I getting invited? I have no clue. And I felt like a fraud. I felt like a lot of imposter syndrome कि मैं यहाँ क्या कर रही हूँ. There are so many more people who are more qualified because I have made Zara hauls, I have made Shein hauls, I have worked with Shein. I just felt like, what am I doing here? But I felt, ठीक है, let's drop our ego aside, go there, go with an open mind, learn, admit to our mistakes, admit that we have done this, and try to make a change for the better in your life. I went and I learned a lot, and it impacted my personal life in a very, very huge manner. Because I went there with the intention to not be like, oh, I am a sustainable fashion perfection person. I just felt like I will talk about कि मैं fashion content, वो भी इस तरह का fashion content बना चुकी हूँ, but I'm here to learn and I'm here to grow from that and I want to make a change. I went with that mindset and I thought that I want to kind of, instead of just saying it, I want to actually first do it in my personal life and see how I feel. Because otherwise I just felt it'll be really fake and it's going to make me feel like a liar every day, so I definitely don't want to do that. So yeah, I'm going to talk about more of my personal journey with sustainable fashion. But before that, what is sustainable fashion? Let's look at definitions. Sustainable fashion, according to Wikipedia, is a term describing products, processes, activities and actors aiming to achieve a carbon neutral fashion industry built on equality, social justice, animal welfare and ecological integrity. Okay, that is a really, really long and kind of intimidating definition. But I feel like sustainable fashion abhi itna a common term ho gaya that we all kind of know what it means. It's something that's not harming the environment. And I'm sure you would have also heard of what fast fashion is. So fast fashion is basically, it describes cheap, stylish, mass-produced clothes that have a huge impact on the environment. They appeal to shoppers because they are affordable and trendy, and they are not built to last and quickly go out of style. So ये हर हफ्ते नए trends निकल के आते हैं. So इसीलिए fast fashion. Usually brands पहले seasonally अपने कपड़े निकालते थे, नए collections, but now it's just every week we need new clothes because we just wear them, show them on social media, and then get the and throw them away. And where do they end up? They end up in massive landfills. And you know what? For people like us, it's easy to throw these clothes away because firstly, we didn't spend a large amount of money on them, and because they are boring. Because there's a new style, there's a new trend that you would want to wear. And also, ये आपने notice किया होगा अगर Zara या Shein के कोई कपड़े लो, third wash में ऐसा लगता है that they're just done with. Something you saw on a website that looked so pretty and amazing is just over. And also, the biggest problem is, which was highlighted so much in the climate change conference, is that these clothes are manufactured in sweatshops. Sweatshops क्या होते हैं? जहाँ पर workers बहुत ही unhealthy conditions में काम करते हैं. They're most likely underpaid, there are harmful chemicals, they don't have the right equipment to be working with them, so it's an unsafe environment. And something that I heard during that conference that really stayed with me was that places that these factories are, they know the color of the season because of what they see in the drains. So if it's purple or if it's neon green or whatever, you'd see that color in your drains, and that's just the most disturbing thing ever, and it harms so many other people. So yeah, this, like when I went for this conference and learned so much, etc., मेरे लिए personally बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी conflict थी, because here I am, fashion and lifestyle creator, who's, you know, making so many of these videos, and I love fashion, I love the creative aspect of it, and I've always had fun putting outfits together, reusing things and just making fun, creative things out of it. But this, it just made me feel like everything I'm doing is so pointless. I made a video called This Is My Last Haul around this time when I was going through this crazy thing. I went through a lot of things personally during that time in my life, so I think I took it like that also because of this. And I just stopped making fashion content. I was focusing more on music. I just felt like 10 outfits in 10 seconds, like what is the point? And to make those 10 outfits, I was going and buying stuff repeatedly so that I could be, in touch with the new trends, and then just getting bored of it, and it's just lying in the bottom shelf of my cupboard, and that's it. During that phase of my life, I genuinely felt like a fraud. I just felt like I don't know what to do, I don't know what content to make, and I just felt like I've always been interested in sustainable fashion and having a minimal lifestyle. I like it when there are less things in my life, but I also felt like I have worked with like Shein.com and done Zara hauls. So how can I talk about sustainable fashion when I'm doing that kind of content too? And I just felt like it's hypocritical and it's weird. Well, my series Style on a Budget was kind of inspired by me wanting to do something for sustainable fashion, but I feel like that if I do it now, I would probably do it in a way that I turn something old that I have into something new. Maybe cut up those materials and use that to create something new. Because even for those videos, I was buying fresh fabric and I just felt like I'm also again kind of consuming more. Let's also talk about sustainable fashion and its prices. Sustainable fashion brands that I've seen are usually like expensive, and I get why people like us, past me, whatever, go and buy fast fashion brands because it's just readily available, it's cheap. Brands that are not fast fashion are expensive. So I hope that there can be a middle ground so that it's easier to be sustainable, because I want to be sustainable. And everyone that I spoke to at the conference, this is a huge thing that came up. Everyone wants to be sustainable, but they don't know how. Which comes to the next aspect, which is greenwashing. What is greenwashing? तुम लोगों ने देखा होगा कि brands like H&M, Zara, or a lot of these brands, they have like a specific section which is like a conscious section or like a sustainable section of clothing where they say they recycle clothes and redo them and then sell them. Great, but like we don't know if it's actually real or not. During that phase where I really, let go of the fashion content, I really started consuming less also in my life. I stopped buying. If I would ever buy, I would buy from a thrift store that I found on Instagram. I went to Sarojini Nagar once. I succumbed and gave into buying at Zara one time. And sustainable brands, I was confused, like which brand is actually sustainable. So I hope that there's some like clarity on this going forward, because I think all of us, nobody wants to purposely kill the planet. So at the moment in my life, after I realized that, oh my god, I need to make a change, I completely, cut off these things that started to be really like minimal in my consumption. But obviously towards the end of the year, I got tempted. I went to a mall, I saw a really nice dress at Zara, I just wanted to buy it and I bought it. And I felt like, ugh, what am I doing? Then I wanted to buy a Louis Vuitton bag. It was my dream to buy a designer bag when I have enough money to afford it. And I bought it. And again, I felt like a fraud. I felt like everyone's going to think I'm a hypocrite. But then now I feel like कि इसका थोड़ा middle ground हो सकता है. मैंने अपनी consumption बहुत कम कर दिया है from before, बहुत कम. And I've started respecting the clothes and the things that are in my life. My mom has saris and her suits and stuff from 20 years ago, and the way she folds them and keeps them carefully. It's such a nice feeling to be able to maintain that. And I've started also like cutting up older things, either mine or either my mom's or dad's, and turning them into new things that are trendy. I love trends, okay? I love fashion. I love the creativity. So, things that match the trend right now. And I've been doing that, and that's been really fun, along with shopping here and there, buying a designer bag. And I felt like for me right now, this is what is sustainable, so that I don't go crazy and I'm not hating myself. Buying really, really less, but buying things that are good quality, that are going to last a long time, is something that I am personally focusing on. And if you've noticed, I've started making fashion content again because I love fashion. I missed it. And I felt like, okay, I'm going to like include the things that I had from before, source stuff from brands. Creators can do that. So why not take advantage of it to show some creative looks? It's never about, yay, I have like 1,000 clothes, feel jealous and buy all that shit. It's about the creativity, and I love that. So yeah, those were my thoughts about sustainable fashion and where I'm at personally with my relationship to it. Tell me what you think. And the full episode is exclusively on Spotify. Shutup Sejal is a Spotify exclusive podcast. So yeah, tell me what you think. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you in the next one.